Sam.
I'm Jake, and today Sam and I will be presenting the effects of racial discrimination and segregation on the education of Haitian children in the Dominican Republic. Many Haitian citizens leave their country due to very limited opportunities and cross the Haitian-Dominican border in search for work. Haitians primarily work as unskilled labor in the Dominican Republic, working for any wages they can get. Often, they are the labor force constructing the hotels and resorts to support the huge touristic sector of the Dominican economy. If they argue for higher wages, they are simply replaced by what seems to be an ever-flowing supply of unskilled Haitian labor, much like the Irish labor force in America after the start of the potato famine in Ireland. Most of these Haitian workers stay and bring their families over or start new ones in the Dominican Republic if they can avoid deportation. The estimated 200,000 children born in the Dominican Republic with at least one Haitian parent are not considered citizens under Dominican law, leaving them stateless. Not having a national identity within itself is not the only problem that comes along with this law. One of the most substantial problems that comes with this ruling is a lack of opportunity for education. Why should we care about this problem though? It is happening in a country on a distant island with a different culture, and the lack of educational opportunities for Haitians does not affect our lives. The simple answer is that it is civil rights season, so we should care about this civil rights issue. But there is more to it than just that. These racial issues are not limited to the Dominican Republic. They are issues that affect education on a global scale and even in Buffalo.
Race and class factors have been studied as an underlying cause of segregation for many years. Individual choices on race and economic constraints of Haitians living in the Dominican Republic play an important role in residential segregation. Yet even though we think of the Dominican Republic as a place distant in geography and its social habits, in reality it shares not all but many of the similarities to a place much closer to home. Using the city of Buffalo as an example, I will show you how segregation and the problems that coincide with it, such as lower education, is prevalent here in Buffalo. This is a map of Buffalo categorized by race. Individual housing location choices with respect to racial composition and housing sale prices in their neighborhood can give rise to problems with education. For instance, in many of the areas that are shaded red, which represent a great portion of the African American population in Buffalo, the housing prices are much lower. Therefore, the taxes that go to public education in those areas is much less substantial. This highlights how segregation not only affects education in the Dominican Republic, again, a place we see distant in its social attitudes, but in reality, this is a problem here in Buffalo. Rather, even more so, Buffalo is an example that shows a problem that occurs around the world. I'm not telling anyone this to shame them or to blame them for this. Rather, I'm trying to provoke discussion that you can have and think about after this meeting. Even though racial issues and segregation in places like Buffalo do not come close to the scale of what is happening in the Dominican Republic, these issues are still comparable, and that is what is so upsetting.
Dominican-born children, the only option, Dominican-born children of Haitian descent are stripped of their right to education. Even though Haitian children are technically allowed to go to public school until 8th grade, in reality, most do not ever step foot in these public schools due to a lack of funding and racial discrimination. The lack of money flowing into the public education system leaves the Dominican public schools underfunded and with inadequate facilities. Not all documented Dominican children even have a chance to attend public schools, and due to this lack of facilities, leaving very little room for the Haitian children to ever attend. A Haitian child basically has no chance of getting a spot in one of these public schools over a Dominican child due to highly prevalent racial discrimination. Even though these public schools still need a lot of improvement, they at least provide education through high school for Dominican children, unlike what is available to Haitian children. And as you can see in this picture, this is an example of how overcrowded the public schools are.
The only option left for Haitian children is to attend small, basic schools built and run by the community in highly segregated Haitian neighborhoods. Many of these schools do not offer curriculum past the 8th grade, and even more so do not provide any schooling past the 3rd grade. These schools are often overcrowded with very few teachers. These basic, small, overcrowded schools each serve over 250 Haitian students who otherwise would not receive even a basic education. And possibly the most upsetting part is, most of these schools are 5 to 10 minutes away from even the most popular resort destinations in Punta Cana, which most people do not even see how the segregation is affecting this country that is just so close to all these resort destinations we visit each year.
On the right, you can see our good friend Augie. He left Haiti when he was 18, so he could be able to make money to support his mother back at home. He's now 28 and has twin daughters and a wife, who he has since brought over from Haiti. They live in a room no bigger than the fishbowl in Center 63 and pay $10 a month for it. It does not have any electricity because Augie cannot afford the $2 extra he would have to pay a month in order to receive it. Augie, by many standards, though, makes a good living for a Haitian immigrant. Although he has brought his family over with correct documentation, he and his family will never be Dominican citizens, and because of this, his 2 daughters will not be able to receive an education past the 3rd grade. The children with Haitian parents who come to the Dominican Republic in search for work and better lives are rendered stateless, and essentially left with no way out of poverty due to the restricted access to even basic education.
This summer, we raised enough money to paint 2 of these community schools as well as a public school, hire a contractor to have some electrical work done, donate school supplies, To the school that Augie's daughters will be going to, we also donated a basketball net, a sewing machine to make school uniforms, and much needed benches so the students would be able to sit down while they were not in class. Obviously, painting and fixing up a couple of schools is not going to have an enormous impact on providing adequate education to all Haitian students. But if we were able to do this in under 3 weeks, together as a school, we could have a big impact on educational causes around the world and in Buffalo.
If anyone is interested in having an impact on global educational causes, then please start by supporting the senior class's puck toss event, which will raise money to help build a library in Puerto Rico to provide books to children who otherwise would have no access to reading materials. More information about this event will be coming soon. Thank you.